Hi, I wanted to make this video because I've been thinking. And this time I've been thinking about journaling. And the reason I've been thinking about journaling is because I've often heard about how useful it can be for calming a busy mind. And I've been thinking that I should give it a try. Because if there's anything I know for sure about myself, it's that I have a busy mind. So I wasn't too sure exactly what journaling was, so I realised that I needed to find out. I often keep a diary and I generally write trip reports wherever I go, but those are much more about writing down what I've been doing rather than how I've been feeling. So I don't think journaling is something that I've ever done before. So I started doing a bit of research to find out what exactly journaling is and how I could get started. And that's when suddenly the penny dropped. The things that you're supposed to do when you're journaling are the things that I've been doing when I've been making my videos. So I knew that making videos has been helping my mind to feel a bit clearer, and now it's all started making more sense. And it's funny because I find that happens to me quite a lot, that when I finally see something for what it is, I can't understand why I didn't see it all along. How did I not realise that every time I make a video, I'm basically journaling? I'm taking a subject that's been on my mind and I spend time working through how I feel about it and working out why it's been on my mind and what my questions are and what I can do to figure out any of the parts that I'm confused about. And I generally always come to some sort of conclusion by the end of the video, and then I feel better and more clear in my mind about the things that had been confusing me or just weighing on my mind. And it's no wonder that making videos has been feeling like a type of therapy to me, because it is a type of therapy. And when I realised that I'd been journaling already, I started to realise how therapeutic it's been and why there seems to be so much evidence to suggest that journaling is really helpful for calming a busy or troubled mind. It's been really helpful for calming my busy or troubled mind. I often used to spend time thinking things through, but I never wrote anything down about it, and I'm not very good at remembering things that I've spent time thinking about in the past, especially after I've moved on to the next thing. So having the videos is a great way to go back and remember the thought process that I went through when I had that subject on my mind. And especially if it starts to trouble me again, it can save me the effort of having to think about it all over again. And some of the subjects of my videos are things that I'm just curious about, and others are closer to being things that do weigh on my mind. But all of them have made it as far as being a video because at some point they've been a subject that my mind has started getting preoccupied with. It's quite a relief to me now that when I notice another subject that my mind is getting preoccupied with, I make a note of it and I add it to my list of subjects that I may want to make a video about. Some of the subjects don't turn out to be ones that stay on my mind or interest me enough to make a video, but if they do, then making a video seems to be the perfect way to give my mind what it wants. Some time and space to really dig into the reasons why it's been occupying me, and then reach some decisions about whether I want to do anything about the fact that it's a subject that's been bothering me. And if I can take some action, then it can often take away some of the reasons that it was on my mind in the first place. And if I'm lucky, I get to find out what other people think too, which is even more satisfying. The subject of retirement planning has been especially good for that. It feels like such a big subject, so my mind was on it a lot because I really didn't know where to start in terms of planning for a great retirement. But I really feel a lot clearer about that now, so it doesn't cause me anywhere near as many worries as it used to. I think my biggest worry about it now is how long I might have to wait before I can get on and really put some of my retirement plans into action. I think it's made me feel more impatient because I've realised that I'm excited about getting to that stage, and I'm wondering if maybe I started making my plans a bit too early. In fact, that question has been on my mind so much that it might even end up being a video one day. But I don't really want to find out that the answer to that question might be yes, because I've already done it now. I think I'd rather just guess that I started planning at exactly the right time. But whenever I start feeling impatient, my mind goes back to that question of whether I started too soon. But this is the nice thing about journaling or making videos, and it's the reason that I wanted to recommend it to other people. Because when you've got a thought or a worry going around in your mind, it's helpful to actually do something about it in a structured kind of way. And if you've watched some of my previous videos, you'll know that I start by saying what I've been thinking about, and then I say why I've been thinking about the subject. And when I try to answer that question of why I've been thinking about the subject, it's often a really interesting question to ask myself. So maybe try that yourself. If you've got a subject that's been on your mind quite a lot, try asking yourself why. And don't take the easy option, because there usually is one, but I find that if you dig a bit deeper, you find out a bit more about why something might be troubling you. It might be because it challenges your values or makes you feel uncomfortable, or it could be because you know you need to take some action about something, but you don't know what action to take. When I asked myself the question about why the subject of journaling had been on my mind, it's really because I have more thoughts than I know what to do with, and I want to find a way to get some peace from all of those thoughts. I could dig at both of those things a bit more if I wanted to. Why do I have too many thoughts, and why do I want to find peace? And those types of questions are a good way to start getting those thoughts out of me and to help me realise what the problem is that I'm trying to solve. And when I get to the root of the reason, it usually presents me with some ideas about what I can do about it. For example, with the journaling, I can make videos, which I have been doing, and it has been helping me to calm my busy mind. And for the retirement planning, the reason it was on my mind was because I wanted to know what I should be doing now to prepare me for the future. But I couldn't know what I should be doing now unless I gave some proper thought to what I actually wanted to do in the future. How could I prepare for retirement when I had no idea what retirement might actually look like for me? And now that I've spent a lot of time thinking about the various aspects of retirement, I feel a lot clearer about what I want my future to look like. And that's helped me to know how to prepare for that future. I don't have a crystal ball, unfortunately, but I do have a much clearer idea of what I'm hoping for. So that helps me to know how to plan for it. And that's given my mind a lot of peace, and it's allowed me to stop worrying about it and to start looking forward to it. Maybe a bit too soon, who knows. So if you've got a subject like that that's on your mind quite a lot, I really recommend taking a journaling approach to it. And maybe even pretend you're making a video, or actually make a video. Because if you've got to come to some sort of conclusion, it forces you to keep going until you actually reach some decisions and take some action to solve the reason that it was going around in your mind in the first place. I can honestly say how much it's helped me, and I'm looking forward to carrying on with this approach in the future. I hope the fact that I'm sharing my videos with other people might be interesting or helpful, or if you find that you have similar things on your mind, I might be able to save you a bit of effort. I think it's worth the effort though, because it's helping me to live my life in a calmer and more purposeful way. I'm learning things about myself, about my values and my hopes and dreams, and I've also been digging up memories that I've been enjoying finding and sharing with other people. And it's all part of digging into why things matter to you and why your mind gets preoccupied with certain things. So maybe you do this sort of thing already, and if you do, have you got any tips about how you get the most out of journaling or making videos or however it is that you work through your own thoughts? And if you do, I would love to hear them if you would like to leave a comment. So I hope you've taken something useful from this video, but I think that's all for this time. So thanks for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye!